you know what? I've gotten tired of doing the intro. Let's just go. Let's just get into this. You know what's happening. It's time for Chapter 2 of this game. Which means a couple of days of free time and then another murder. Yay! Well, probably some story, a couple of days of story, followed by a couple of days of free time, and then another murder. So, also, I found out, apparently, oh yes, real quick, before I talk about that, my audio is probably going to sound different because I'm using a different microphone, because my new headset came in, and now I have a new microphone. I have a microphone on my headset, and that's what I'm using right now. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't turn out super well in the recording, I'll switch back. But what I was going to say is, a lot of people apparently really hate Toraziron. Now, these are people that have finished the game, I guess. And so they probably have more context in which to hate him, but I mean, I'm not going to go on a super long rant. I can go on a super long rant. I was thinking about it before. I can go on a super long rant about the philosophical ramifications, like, you know, would you be willing to murder a stranger who was already going to murder somebody else and then indirectly condemn 14 other strangers to death in order to I don't know, I guess make sure your family's okay or whatever. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. What I will say though is that as far as the actual like basic motivation goes, Toraziron has by far the most sympathetic motivation for killing someone out of any Danganronpa character that I know of so far, right? So, which is basically the first game and then him. His motivation is a lot more sympathetic than anyone in the first game. Okay? So, I'm just putting it out there. He's got, you know, I mean, it still doesn't exactly, it doesn't justify murder, but it's more understandable. I mean, freaking Celeste just wanted the, $10 million so that she could live in a castle, you know? And for that, two of probably the best people in the first game had to die so that she could fail to win in order to live in a castle. Just disgusting, man. So, you know, I would say on the list of sympathetic motivations for murder, again, I don't condone murder. Nothing really justifies straight up murder. But on the list of sympathetic reasons to murder someone, wanting to make sure your sick mother is alright is on there. Anyway, I just wanted to say that before we get started here. So here we go. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna wait and do the extra stuff later. Oh, I can buy stuff from the vending machine here. You know, I think... Well, that's... interesting. I think it's this one that I need for the next... See, you know, I'm not gonna bother. Because I think the Monokuma coins, like, transcend your saves and whatever. So, I'm not gonna bother for this playthrough to do the, extra events. I'm gonna buy all these at some point, and then... when eventually, because like I said, I'm gonna have my brother play the first game. When I go up there in just a couple of days. I'm gonna have him play the first game, and when that's finished, I'm gonna have him play this, right? And when we do that, I'm gonna have all these special items so we can get the special seeds. So that's probably what's gonna happen.
Danganronpa.
Anyway, let's keep going here.
For a long time, humans have been taught that if you try hard enough, you can accomplish anything.
Okay. Creepy Nagito.
Even if we weren't told this directly, you'd know it just by looking at the world around us. The internet, TV, and newspapers are overflowing with hopeful messages that say exactly that.
Okay.
But people who can't win, people who don't try to win, people who try their best and still can't win, they are all worthless trash.
Okay. Interesting point of view.
There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who are born with worth, and everybody else.
Yeah. You know, I joked earlier that he'd been spending too much time with Byakuya, because he kept talking about how worthless he was, and, you know, worthless human being, he didn't mean anything compared to everybody else. And that's what Byakuya constantly says to him in the first game. Right here, again, he's saying stuff that Byakuya said in the first game, at least in his free time events. Interesting.
No matter how hard a lowly human tries, they will never be the same as someone who was born worthy. They say that effort breeds success, but that's a complete lie. The world is not that accommodating. No matter how hard a small dog tries, it will never become a large dog.
That's true, but that doesn't... apples to oranges there, buddy. Like, sure, a small dog can't become a large dog. A short human can't become a large human, but an unsuccessful human can become a successful human.
No matter how much a penguin tries, there's no way it will ever soar through the sky.
Yes, and humans can't breathe underwater. That doesn't have anything to do with success.
Which means unworthy humans will never become worthy, no matter what they do.
Incorrect, as I just pointed out.
People with talent don't become talented. They're just born with their abilities right from the start.
Some people are born with incredible talent, and those are called prodigies, and there's been several of them. People like Mozart and stuff. But you can become talented through, you know, practice and effort.
That's right. Just like you guys. That's why I have so much respect for you all. Just so you know, what I feel is different from admiration.
It's creepier than that.
Admiration is wishing you could be like the object of your admiration. But what I feel is not so self-serving.
Right, you want to die to help us succeed, and that is creepy.
How should I put it? What I feel is more pure. More like a selfless love that wants nothing in return.
Which is really creepy.
So, I want you guys to believe me when I say...
I don't think I will.
I don't mind if you kill me. But if that happens, I want you to let me help.
Man, this is just uncomfortable at this point.
I don't care if the killer survives, or if everyone but the killer survives.
You just want us to succeed.
I just want both sides to do their very best.
Okay, but someone who does their very best and still can't win isn't worth anything, right? Isn't that what you just said, right? So your argument makes no logical sense. Of course, considering you clearly lost your mind, I'm not surprised, but anybody who takes you seriously, like, clearly their minds are not in the right place either.
I want to see with my own two eyes the absolute hope that lies ahead.
Okay, but if you die, how can you see it with your own two eyes?
Yep, I'm really lucky. Someone as insignificant as me will be there when hope and despair collide and unleash their energy.
Unless we kill you. Remember?
So please, let me help you. If you're planning to kill me, I would be honored to help you carry out your plan. I want you to use me as a stepping stone so everyone can shine. I want you to kill me in a way that befits...
Okay. Awkward pause, I know, but I was just thinking, how indirect can you get killing someone and still become the Blackened? For example, if I don't know, you thought that Nagito was gonna come up and look off of a balcony and lean on the railing, and say you just happened to weaken the railing, and so when he leaned on it, he fell and died. Would you still become the Blackened? Because at this point, I feel like it might be better for everybody if he disappeared. But how to do that without actually becoming the Blackened? Oh, shut up! Thank you, whoever you are. It's probably Hajime, but... Okay, somebody hit him. Good. Good. Sea and punishment, sin and coconuts. Right. Byakuya and Teru died just last night. An ordeal like that doesn't change the fact that I still get hungry. I learned this firsthand as I headed towards the hotel restaurant with dreary, sullen footsteps. I don't get to go to the lobby and talk to people. That's about right.
Oh.
Ah, Hajime, you're already here. Good morning. Yo. Yeah. Good morning. Just as I thought. The atmosphere in the restaurant is pretty gloomy. But after what happened yesterday, that's to be expected. Yeah. Look. At least we didn't have a Junko situation in the middle of that. Because it was one thing in the first game, it was one thing to find Sayako, dead. But then immediately after that, Junko gets impaled. And yeah. That's probably more disturbing. Even probably more disturbing than Leon's execution. But Byakuya, who appointed himself our leader, was killed, and the person who killed him was our friend. And that friend was also killed on a screen right in front of us. After experiencing something like that, it's impossible not to feel sad.
Huh?
You guys don't look so good. You guys don't look so good. Your faces all look like you just attended 2 funerals in a row. Well, I wonder why that could be. Maybe because we kind of did. I guess some people don't feel so sad. Yeah. She kills small animals for fun.
Cause...
That's like... What happened? Byakuya and Toraziron got killed. Ugh. I'm getting worn out by doing these voices. It has been a couple of nights since I've done this, but trying to keep up all these voices, it's wearing me out.
I'll go!
Right, okay.
Ah!
Why are you always so mean to me? Because that's just the way she is. She's a horrible person.
But...
Still, I understand about Mr. Handhands, but is there even a reason for us to be sad about Toraziron's death? I mean, yeah. Because, like, and this kind of goes back to my mini rant at the beginning. I just, dude was a major perv, right? Like, unashamedly so. But he didn't seem like a bad guy. I legitimately believe that he's actually a pretty good guy. Just became desperate enough to try and take the opportunity presented by Nagito's plan so that he could escape. I think that's reasonable. Well, reasonable isn't the right word. Understandable, maybe. He just got desperate real quick and saw an opportunity and took it, and it didn't work out for him. So, yeah.
Hey!
What the heck do you mean?
Why?
Well, he was a crazy guy who killed someone. He totally deserved to die. I disagree. But I could go on like 20-minute philosophical rants about a lot of this stuff, but I won't. Especially because, in case you couldn't tell, I'm kind of tired. So, what time is it actually? I didn't check. Oh, it's already almost 9 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm kind of tired. So I'd get probably really rambly, and yeah. So I'm not gonna go into all of that, but I definitely disagree with that.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly. I understand how you feel, but you're going too far.
that's weird.
See, okay. Look, this is an interesting philosophical point where Kyoko is saying, basically, no mercy for murderers, but she's saying Toraziron killed someone, so he deserved to die as well. And Pekko's like, I think that's a bit too far to say that for murdering someone, especially in this context, that he deserved to die. And Kyoko's saying, are you trying to justify murder? And saying that killing a murderer is, like, as punishment is too far does not justify the murder. I mean, if anything, it does the opposite, right? Because, I mean, especially executions are one thing, and I personally feel like people who are, like, you know, horrible mass murderers, the death penalty is the appropriate punishment, if for no other reason than they're too dangerous to be kept alive. But for one murder, and again, especially given this context, execution is too extreme of a punishment. And if we're talking about, like, a revenge killing, like, say somebody murders a family member of yours, and you track them down and murder them, then doesn't that mean that you're no better than the person that killed your I don't know, sibling or whatever in the first place? You're no better than them. You know? I would say, be the better person and refuse to sink to their level. Anyway, that's as much of a philosophical rant as I'll do for now.
No.
That was not my intention, but
Hey!
see, this is more evident. I keep not wanting to read her lines because, but this is more evidence that she is the ultimate despair, right? Like, Nagito is clearly crazy, and there was even that thing where Hajime described him as like looking, like the look in his eyes looked as though hate and despair, or hope and despair had been crudely mixed together. But I feel like if anyone here is the ultimate despair representative or whatever in this scenario, it's her. Because she's like, hate him for doing what he did. It's like, no. Again, I disagree with everything she just said. Yeah. Although I will say this, I'm not surprised that she's in favor of, you know, killing if somebody is a murderer, their punishment should be death, because she's psychotic and kills small animals for fun, like I said. So I guess that kind of makes sense that she's for that. Man, I don't know why I'm so tired all of a sudden. Like, I was fine like 15 minutes ago, and now I'm just like exhausted. Yeah, I bet you would have spat on him. Look, and here's the thing. I know at the beginning of the episode I was saying that it'd be better for everyone if Nagito just disappeared, you know? Not because he was planning to commit murder or anything like that and deserves to die for it because he's a horrible person, but simply because, especially in this situation, he's an extreme liability, he's a danger to himself and others, and if nothing else, we should keep him bound and gagged and locked away somewhere. So. Hey.
Jeez!
Hey, what gives? Does a pea brain like you have something to complain about?
It's not like that.
But
It smells.
something smells, don't you think? Is somebody else already dead? That would be crazy, game. You cannot do that to me. Like, oh, it's the day after the first trial, here's another murder.
Huh?
Again?
It can't be.
That's what I'm saying. It surely cannot be another murder already. It's not the smell of blood this time. It just smells really bad. It smells bad? It's kind of like how a bar or nightclub smells after closing time, you see? Having never been to a bar or nightclub, as I am only 18, I cannot say I know what he's talking about.
Hey!
Exactly. I don't know those smells. You must have had a pretty rough life.
Now that you mention it.
I do smell something. It's like a sewer or rotting garbage.
I got it!
You know, it could be Nekomaru, but it might not be his breath. Might be the other end, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. There. I cannot keep up the voices. You've got me there. Arr, I'm a pirate now. She didn't say anything remotely funny just now. No, it's not Nekomaru. This smell is coming from you, Hiyoko. She's probably got a dead thing on her person somewhere. Like a dead rabbit or something.
Whoa!
It's true! Hiyoko, you reek! Wrecked.
What did you do to me?
A rotting smell stings my eyes, as if a demonic eclipse is about to commence. What's wrong? What's wrong? You can make fun of other people, but can't handle it back at you? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh my!
Oh, she's crying.
Hey!
I've said it before, but you guys are really insensitive. Yeah, but she's the most insensitive, so I think it's okay if we, you know.
That was close.
No, it actually doesn't smell that bad. I mean, as long as I breathe with my mouth. Just ignore it. Just ignore her, and keep trying to find out why she stinks, because that's a little concerning. Like I said, she's probably just got like a dead rabbit or something like stuffed in her clothes, but
Like,
are you even taking baths? I appreciate that Akane just ignored her crocodile tears there. No. Okay, that's why. Why isn't she taking baths? I mean, Toko did it in the first game, but that's because, well, she's a masochist and likes to not take care of herself, and she had a lot of issues. You haven't bathed? It's been, what, 3 days? 4 days now? I see. She can't tie her kimono sash, so she can't get undressed. That's kind of pathetic. Aren't you supposed to be in high school? I mean, I don't know how hard kimonos are, like kimono sashes are to tie, because, you know, I never had to do it, but, you know, that's kind of pathetic. Do you know? Here's a question: does she not have any other clothes? Because I mean, I'm sure she probably would prefer to wear the kimono because that's her thing. But like, don't you have anything else you could wear? Like, if it's that bad, just take a bath and wear like regular clothes. Although, well, I mean, in the first game, I think there was a laundry room, and Yasuhiro did mention doing laundry, but other than that, like, nobody has mentioned, like, changing clothes, whether they have clothes to change into, Or if that's, like, provided, or what.
Hey,
Hey, Yoko, you don't have to cry so much. She's doing it for intention, just don't worry about it. I'll tie your sash for you, okay? You know, I wouldn't put it past her to have not taken a bath so that she could pull this, pretend that she can't tie her kimono sash so that she can get somebody to do it for her. Really? I can only tie a simple knot, but if that's okay with you, I can teach you.
yay!
Okay. I wouldn't accept a kiss from that one. She'll probably bite your face off.
Hey.
Right.
It appears you cannot escape.
That is such a perfect line. It appears you cannot escape her. Ah, she appears to have taken a liking to you. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Care to run that by me one more time there, Ibuki? Huh? Okay. I'm just gonna move on. The air's suddenly not so tense anymore. Well, I guess it's better than being down forever. If I was all by myself, I probably wouldn't have been able to put my feelings aside and move on like this. I guess I have these guys to thank. Anyway, what happened to Fuyuhiko and Nagito? Well, Fuyuhiko, we've already established he wants nothing to do with us, even though he actually does. He just can't say it because he can't let his tough guy persona drop. And well, Nagito has clearly gone completely insane, and so I'm not sure I really want him to be around here. So it seems they're both not here. Now that you mention it, you're right. I saw Fuyuhiko earlier near the hotel. I invited him to breakfast, but he declined. That sounds about right. You know, well, that's just Fuyuhiko being Fuyuhiko, but
Huh?
who cares about Nagito? I mean, I'm honestly with her, like, he's clearly lost it. Let's just stay away from him. He is cursed. A child who summons misfortune, so to speak. Well, that may be, but just letting you know, I don't know anything. I totally didn't kill either of them.
I have no idea!
Without hesitation, I don't know anything about Nagito at all.
That's right!
He's right. Forget him. Let's just forget about that creep already.
Huh?
They're obviously acting suspicious, aren't they? Well, I mean, Fuyuhiko has been acting this way from the beginning, and Nagito has been very upfront about the fact that he either wants to kill one of us or be killed by one of us. So I mean, saying they're acting suspicious, that's not entirely accurate, but okay.
Of course not!
I'm not suspicious. Oh, she was talking about Kazuichi and Nekomaru. I see. Well, I mean, maybe, but look, I wouldn't be surprised if those two did get Fuyuhiko and Nagito bound and gagged and lock them away somewhere. And honestly, I feel like that'd be better in general.
Impossible!
That's right, I'm not suspicious.
What's the matter?
What's up? Did someone get kidnapped or something? You came just at the right time. At the right time? No, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but you must have yearned for me. Your outlook on life has changed due to my cuteness, so your body can't stand to live without me, huh? I can't help myself, you know. My body reacts to Monokuma on its own.
No.
Something like that.
Stupid.
Who cares about that? Just hurry up and tell us why you're here.
Actually,
To be honest, I'm searching too. My valued servant has disappeared. Servant? Monami.
what the hell?
Ah. You know, my mono beasts. One of them just disappeared. So now you can access the next island and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh well. This totally wasn't part of the plan. No? One of the mono beasts disappeared. Maybe I cut back on the cost of their food too much. Perhaps they're boycotting me.
Let me tell you this.
But that guy is the weakest of the League of Four. How shameful for a mono beast to lose to a mere human. That's what you want to say, right?
Nature, the collective will of the world.
Though this is merely the prelude, the climax will occur soon after. What is happening right now?
Burn in the fires of pandemonium!
What? Okay. Every time Gundam speaks, I get confused.
Yeah.
Hey, Gundam, you should stop playing with that stuffed animal.
My entire existence!
I'm still being called a stuffed animal. Oh well. Looks like you guys don't know anything about my mono beast either. Then it's a waste of time for me to worry about it. I don't want to go bald from worrying too much.
Okay.
A wise catbot once said, "Our eyes are on the front so we can keep moving forward." Catbot? You mean, is that supposed to be chatbot, or am I missing something here? As Monokuma said those familiar sounding words to us, once again, he disappeared.
No way.
Hey, what do you think he meant just now? He said something about a mono beast disappearing. The only possibility I can think of is... Where do you keep coming from, both of you? And why do you keep interrupting us when we're... Sorry, I had to jam to this song because it's like, it's so catchy. Right. Let's see if I can find her voice. Were you in the middle of something? If so, I can just come back later. Then leave.
Yeah!
At least ask me to leave kindly.
Hey.
Before you leave, I want to ask you something. Did you have anything to do with the disappearing mono beast?
Ta-da!
Ah, yes, that's right.
Ta-da!
I'm the one who defeated that mono beast. You did.
You serious?
Defeating a monster like that. How did someone like you pull that off? I'll talk about that in more detail in a different mode, which you can access from the main menu, player. I'm losing these voices. Anyway. Anyway, I've released the bridge gate for you all.
Hey, hey.
If the gate is open, that means we can go to the new island across the bridge, right? Is that true? I couldn't get to his voice, but my voice is all over the place tonight. I don't know what's going on. That's totally right. Now that you can all go to more areas, let's all get along and live a fun life together for sure this time.
Love.
Living together on this island isn't what's important. We need to find a way to escape. Of course, escaping from this island is our main goal.
Huh?
You're surprised by this?
Why, you?
Nobody wants to live in a swashbuckling Hollywood-type action film. Not in reality, no. Because in reality, if you lived in a swashbuckling Hollywood-type action film, you'd probably be that extra that gets gunned down in the middle of the action for no particular reason. I want to live a life where I can be more average. A life where nothing happens. That's better for me. Yeah. It seems like that's probably true. Considering you're capable of tripping over air.
Alright!
If you find anything that can be salvaged for boat parts, let me know immediately. Yeah, that's true. Ultimate Mechanic could put together a boat for us. You know, this is something that was pointed out. In this game, people's ultimate abilities, ultimate talents, come up a lot more. Not only in like the story, but the trials as well. Like in the first game, the only time anyone's like ultimate abilities came up were like Kyoko being the ultimate detective, which is why she was able to figure a lot of stuff out that nobody else was, or at least before everybody else. Leon being the ultimate baseball star, which is how he was able to hide some of the evidence. And then, like, Chihiro being the ultimate programmer and making alter ego. Well, and I guess Byakuya to some extent being the ultimate rich boy. You know, he's very smart. He knows about a lot of stuff that other people don't. And so that kind of came up every now and then. But that was basically it. Like, they didn't play a huge role. Personality-wise, they came up. But as far as, like, the actual events of the story, the people's talents weren't very important. But in this game, already have been very important. Like Ibuki being the ultimate musician, having really good ears, she heard stuff and that was a huge clue. You know, Teru being the ultimate chef, that's how he was able to hide a lot of the evidence, and how he managed to like procure the murder weapon and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Yeah. So it's come up a lot, and I appreciate that it's a big thing. Oh yeah, Mahiru, right, with the photographs, that provided a huge clue as well. You know, it's people's ultimate abilities have been more important this time around, and I appreciate that. It seems that everyone's united on a path that's different from what I had planned.
Now then, let us begin.
Then let us disperse. The time has come to release the cursed seal.
All right!
Let's find a way to leave this island. That is impossible. Leaving the island is no longer possible. No longer possible? Hey, what is that? Ah! I'm imagining she's referring to the fact that the ultimate despair has taken over the world and there's nowhere left to go. But...
Hey!
Hey, Hajime, just leave that thing alone already. After all, she's the same as Monokuma. It's better if you don't get that close to her. You're right. Seems everyone's attention has shifted towards exploring the new island. Expecting to find something that'll help us escape this situation, everyone filed out of the restaurant.